Yeah, and those changes are coming fast. At this same time yesterday, I showed you this screen and reported that Jasper and Allendale counties had moderate spread. You could see already tonight, every county in South Carolina is now at high COVID-19 transmission. South Carolinians testing positive for COVID in one day, breaking last year's record by 13%. It's up 371% from last Friday and 715% from 2 weeks ago.
I fully expect that as bad as the numbers are today, they will very possibly be worse next week, especially with New Year's Eve parties.
Health leaders have now met with journalists 2 days in a row, and as the Omicron variant spreads, our mitigation efforts change.
In light of Omicron and how transmissible it is, if they're going to wear a cloth mask, they also double up with a disposable surgical mask, or that they wear a KN95.
Meanwhile, COVID testing sites are overwhelmed. We took this video in Conway. Health Director Dr. Brandon Traxler says the agency is adding more sites, increasing the capacity at the existing ones, and finding a way to hand out at-home tests to people in line. As those become more popular, she says there are likely even more cases because DHEC doesn't allow people to report those. Are there conversations going on right now to find a way to accurately report at-home tests?
We have not had discussions other than to acknowledge that that it is not reportable.
Other than accuracy concerns, DHEC's director says they want to keep it easy.
I think the risk that people would avoid doing it because it was too cumbersome or otherwise would clearly outweigh the risk of not getting information.
They say while Omicron spike could last through late January, proper masking and vaccinations are the way through.
If everyone were vaccinated, we would not be here today.
Leaders say the spike that's coming could very well overwhelm hospitals. Tonight, 55% more COVID patients are in the hospital than a week ago, and 25% more are on a ventilator. Leaders are asking you to save a trip to the ER for urgent medical emergencies.
Gyms like the Florence YMCA are still recovering from the pandemic. CEO Brian New says in 2020 they lost $250,000 in revenue and close to 1,500 members. In 2021, he says they were able to break even and are only short 200 members. With 2022 underway, he's hoping for the YMCA to make a full return.
It's been almost 2 years of people not exercising as much, so we're thinking that this is the year that people start coming back to the gyms, making that fitness dedication again.
New says they're expecting close to 500 members this January, but he says most of them won't make it past 3 months. Wait, what? So they're pulling out all the stops to make sure you stick around and meet your goals.
That's the time window that we have to capture them. So we bring in extra staff during that time to make sure that they're getting what they need, make sure that they're not overdoing it, that they're not getting sore and quitting, and to encourage them.
But while the Florence YMCA is expecting an influx of new members, cases of the new Omicron variant have started to rise, with DHEC reporting a 25% positivity rate on Friday. New believes younger members won't be as concerned, but some of their older members are still being cautious, and so are they.
It'll have some effect, but at the same time, we are, tightening up again on what we're doing as far as cleaning, making sure everything's cleaned down a lot more, making sure we have masks for members if they need them or if they want them, and hand sanitizer everywhere.
A single ring to honor a man, a father, and community servant.
Know what kind of person he was, and a good Christian man, and just all around great guy.
Family, fellow first responders, and community members came together today to remember Sergeant Gordon William Best, who gave it his all for the city of North Myrtle Beach.
But he showed it in his actions, and everything that he did was, from his heart, and he did it because he loved to do it, and he enjoyed people, and he enjoyed working with the community.
Best was responding to a shots fired call when he lost control of his vehicle on wet roads and collided with a utility pole. He was pronounced deceased at the scene of the crash. A year has passed, and Chief Thomas Dennis says it's been hard not seeing him in the squad room anymore, but says he is determined to keep his memory alive.
Any chance that that we've got during the year to be able to honor his memory, we've got to do it, just like today and any other time.
While everyone bowed their heads, the memories of Best as a father, friend, and fellow officer filled the air and will live on forever.
Well, obviously we miss him. We wish he were here. It's a tough one. Lots of things I'd love to say. We'll hopefully get that chance one day.
It's hard to put into words unless you've been there, but we still miss him. We love him dearly. Obviously, everybody here thinks the world of him, and that means a lot to me.
Pastor Larry Williams of fellow church members, that is, they delivered about 44,000 pounds of supplies to Bowling Green, Kentucky. They gathered the supplies through various donors throughout the year. Now, he partnered with the VFW and the American Legion to execute the distribution. Pastor Williams says that his main goal was to just let the people know that there's help.
It rains on the unjust, it rains on the just, so it rains on everybody. So we got to be that bridge somewhere. If we don't do but just go and stay for one day, 1 hour, to let them know that, yeah, there is somebody here that's here to support. We can't do it all, but we can do what we can do. And when we can do what we can do, it's done.
Pastor Williams says he plans to head back at the end of January. He also says they've committed to continue their work in Kentucky through December of next year, so a whole year. Pastor Williams says the church is also accepting donations if you'd like to help. We've got their information over on WPDE.com.